G'day, people. Just a quick question. Why is One Nation the only political party looking to protect your freedom of speech? It is amazing that we have so many political parties and they are all trying to silence you from actually externalizing your thoughts. So what is a democracy? Democracy is a freedom of conscience, which is your internal thoughts, and also freedom of speech, because you're able to externalize your thoughts and express your point of views. For any political party that has been voted in place now, parliamentarian legislators that are looking to block your and silence your thinking that turn into speech is insane. You want people to be able to speak. You want people to be able to express their point of view. Why? Because then you know what they're thinking. You think about all the deceptive people in the world, all the people that want to cause harm, all the people that intentionally want to do the wrong. They will tell you about it. Almost every single time, there is a high probability that they're going to tell you all about what they're doing, whether it's in their body language, whether it's in their speech, but they will tell you what they are going to do to you. And you want that. You want people to openly express their emotions, openly express themselves, whether you like it or not. To think that 8 billion people can only have one view, and that's the view of the government, that's insane. We need the power of the pen, fight for our freedom, freedom of speech, enshrined in the Constitution. Apparently, Pauline Hanson, One Nation, she's the only political party looking to put your freedom of speech in the Constitution. I'm not a member of any political party, never really cared for it. But since Labor has been introducing these draconian measures to lock people up or simply speaking hate speech laws, who determines what's hate speech? Anything can be perceived as hate speech. You so much as disagree with someone's perspective or point of view or opinion, and you could say, I'm offended, that's hate speech. 5 years in prison, I think they were proposing. Could be wrong. Let me know in the comments if I'm wrong. They're locking people in prison for even 12 months for speaking. That's communism. That's beyond socialism. That's draconian, tyrannical, authoritarian. That's not what Australian democracy is about. Democracy, been around for 1800 years, looks at freedom of conscience. You can believe what you want to believe, and then you can externalize your thoughts and debate your ideas and perspectives and points of view. To stop people and inhibit them speech is only going to just take a great nation like Australia and turn it into a communist state. Without free speech, it's not a democracy anymore, and that's worth voting new people in. So anyway, let's have a look at Pauline Hanson's One Nation policies about free speech and tell us what you think. Should we be voting in One Nation? She seems to be the only person who wants to stand up for Australians. So let's have a read of one of her policies. So right here, I think we have the free speech policy. So we'll bring that up and we'll have a bit of a look and we'll have a bit of a read through. And if you bear with me, I'll just fix this up. There we go. Not the best video editor, but we'll get used to it as the videos taper on. So her free speech policy. Free speech is a fundamental right that must be protected in Australia. Our party believes it should be enshrined in the Constitution to safeguard open debate, free expression, and the rights of all Australians to speak their minds without fear. Our nation is the only political party to have held a free speech conference this term and has led nationwide protests against the government intrusion on this essential right. Senator Pauline Hanson has spearheaded efforts to enshrine free speech in the Constitution by moving to establish a framework for a referendum to protect this fundamental right. We will push for constitutional protection of free speech and work to repeal any laws or government bodies that restrict it. Censorship, speech regulations, and bureaucratic overreach that silence Australians will be dismantled. Free country depends on free speech. One Nation will always stand for your right to speak, debate, and express your ideas. Now, if anyone knows any other political party, because I don't really follow politics that much. I've only really been taking an interest in it lately because our current sitting government shouldn't have gotten a second term from what I can see. They're draconian measures. They've been lying about the energy. They're supposedly going to reduce our energy bills. They've only gone one way up. Anyway, they need to go. You need to vote them out. They're doing a terrible job. And what I've seen lately, the Labor Party are at odds with our most important ally, which is America. That's un-Australian. Australians stand with America. Anyone that has travelled America knows that what you see on the internet is not how it is across the whole country. Anyone that's travelled across America knows that. It is a beautiful country, stunning landscapes, brilliant people. And anyone that has driven across the actual states of America and all those in-between places that make up America knows just how good the place is. The whole country is not like what you see on the internet. It's just not. And for our parliament to be at odds with America, our ally, look at the world map. We don't have a very good defense services that can sustain a war for more than a month at best, maybe even a few days. We don't have anyone else we can depend on. Why will we be at odds with America? They are a global superpower, and the alternative is not good. Why would we want to distance ourselves from them? The Greens want to distance Australia from America. If Australia is distanced from America, Australia won't have a future. The Greens will fail the country if they ever get in. But anyway, if someone has a better political party and one nation, her policies that she wants a referendum for the people to actually have their say, 20 million people, 20 million voters, and put free speech in the Constitution indefinitely, why not? Could you imagine having to teach your kids that you're not allowed to speak your thoughts? How confusing that would be, how horrid that would be. But that's kind of what we're heading. That's kind of where the Labor Party's taken this country. We can't allow that. They're our representatives, and they're no longer doing a good enough job. They've lined their pockets with money, they've gotten what they want, and now their draconian measures are destroying our nation. Let's vote in political parties. We're going to have to take an interest in politics now because our future depends on competence. And right now, our politicians in the Labor Party are not competent. Let us know in the comments what you think. Hit the like button, subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one.